For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Hi friends! I hope everyone had a good week. Today we're going to be talking about fear, which is something that we definitely all struggle with, probably on a daily basis. And the question is, fear holding you back? Now in this verse that I started with, God makes it clear that He didn't intend fear to be a part of our lives, but obviously it's something that we need to try and overcome with His help. Fear could be holding you back from something you want to pursue, and even from God's will for your life. If maybe the thing that you're supposed to be doing with your life is a little bit scary, and maybe you don't think that you're good enough, but Paul, I think, gives us a good verse in 2 Corinthians for if we feel like we're not good enough, maybe God should choose someone else for this specific thing, or just the general fear of failure or not being good enough. So in 2 Corinthians 12:9-11, it says, "But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me. That is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in weakness, in insults, in hardships, in persecutions, and in difficulties. For when I am weak, then I am strong." And I think personally that it's probably easier for God to use someone that is very humble and realizes that they need God's help and they have certain weaknesses and that He can help them overcome those, rather than someone who thinks that they've got it all figured out and they don't need anyone's help, because then that's going to be more difficult for them to follow where God's leading them, because they're probably very prideful and think that they know what's up and that they know what they need to do. And it's very comforting to know that God knows we have specific weaknesses and He can help us overcome these. And it also takes off some of the pressure, because we're not, doing it by ourselves. We have God's help, so it's not just about us and our abilities. I think most people kind of just accept that fear is human nature, and it's something that we're just going to have to deal with our whole lives and kind of learn to live with it. But in the first verse that I read in this video, it said that God did not give us a spirit of fear. So fear was not His intention for us to have and to deal with. I think it is the devil's kind of weapon against us to slow us down or even stop us from reaching our goals and from getting to the place that God needs us to be, for Him to use us in His ministry. So we definitely need to remember that when we are struggling with fear. Remember that it's not something that is just human nature. It's not something that God wanted for us. And so we really need to fight against it and know that God will help us through that. And a verse that talks about this is 1 John 4:18. And it says, "There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear, because fear involves torment. But he who fears has not been made perfect in love." So I think in this verse, love is God. And it's just saying that when we have Him helping us through this, fear doesn't have any power over us, which is a really powerful thing, and we really need to try and remind ourselves that if we are finding ourselves thinking that, you know, we can't do something because it's too scary, or we're not good enough, or we might fail at it, just to remember that God will see us through it. And even if we do fail, so what? We can try again, and maybe the failure was actually for a reason. Maybe we're not supposed to be doing that thing, or we just learned from it and we'll do better next time. And I want to close with a quote from John Jorgenson, I think is how you say his last name. He is a YouTuber as well. If you haven't seen his channel, I would definitely recommend it. I'll leave the link to the video about fear that I got this quote from. He does all kinds of videos. He has like little Bible studies, spoken words, daily vlogs, and everything like that. So yeah, this quote just really, I thought it was really cool. So it says, "What room does fear have when in his word he tells me 365 times, 'Do not be afraid,' as if I needed to hear that every single day." So I hope that this helped you guys just to kind of battle with fear and not let it win, and to know that God will definitely help you with that if you ask him. And also just kind of think about it if you want to be sassy. If there's something that you really want to do but you're scared about it, just remember that it's Satan that's putting these fears into your head, and just be like, I'm not going to let you stop me from doing this, because it's something I really want to do and something that God wants me to do, and I'm not going to let you win. And that's a really good way to think about it, and to just stop those thoughts from continuing. As always, please leave comments what your thoughts are on this topic, and I'm thinking next week I might want to do like a Q&A type video if you guys are interested in that. So if you are, please message me on Twitter or comment down below and let me know. If not, I'll just do another topic, which I haven't decided yet, but I will soon. And I will see you guys soon next Friday. Bye!